We happen to meet a lot of people who are in the age of 35, 40 and even more who have been earning for 15 years, 10 years or 20 years, even after which they claim that they have no big savings or they have never started investments. For most of them, property has been the main hindrance. When I say property, the property which they live, whether it's the rent or the cost or the budget which has gone into that particular house to buy. In India, most of the cities have a rental yield of only around 2.5%. The thumb rule says in the location which you live, if the rental yield is less than 4%, it doesn't make sense to buy a house. It's wise to be on rent.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
We have so far been doing videos about how to invest wisely, which are the right kind of investment products, how to do asset allocation, how to manage your risk. So this is for somebody who already has money and who wants advice to invest. But in this video, we are going one step back. Why this idea got triggered is we happen to meet a lot of people who are in the age of 35, 40 and even more who have been earning for 15 years, 10 years or 20 years, even after which they claim that they have no big savings or they have never started investments. So we thought it's important from the ideas we got, it's important that we spell out that reasons which these people have come across, which have been the reasons to be a hindrance for savings, so that many of you who would be stuck with wrong budgeting, not properly managing your expenses and finances, for all of whom one of these reasons would be the reason for you not being able to save or invest. So we thought of bringing those ideas to you and help you save adequately and invest wise. So what is the paramount reason most of them say? For most of them, property has been the main hindrance. When I say property, the property which they live, whether it's the rent or the cost or the budget which has gone into that particular house to buy. There is a thumb rule to decide whether it is sensible to buy a house or be on rent. In India, most of the cities have a rental yield of only around 2.5%. The thumb rule says in the location which you live, if the rental yield is less than 4%, it doesn't make sense to buy a house. It's wise to be on rent. So what's rental yield? The annual rent you pay divided by the cost of the house. So the cost of the house which you live, if it is for rent, it's 1 crore and the rent which you pay annually is only 2.5 lakhs. Then if you continue to live in that locality, then it's better that you continue to be on rent. You don't have to buy a house. It is not financially sensible. So what happens now, if there is family pressure or you are the first person in the generation that you have evolved in terms of income, there is some pressure that will force you to buy a house. Then also there is something sensibly which you can do to see to that you reduce your expenses on the house without compromising much. How will you do that? Most people, when they want to buy a house, they look at a new property and they search for properties by various builders in a particular location. And say for instance, the cost of a square feet in that particular location is 10,000 rupees. Now, it's only per square feet which they advertise, which is 10,000 rupees. Mostly, you may have to spend at least 1,500 to 2,000 rupees more, which will be included in car parking and other amenities, where you land up paying almost 11,500 rupees or 12,000 rupees per square feet. Now, in the same location, if you spend it some time, there will be a lot of second sale properties which are available. Not fresh, 10-15 years old, not very inferior in terms of amenities and features. But instead of this 11,000-12,000 rupees per square feet, this may be available at just 7,000 to 8,000 rupees per square feet. Clear difference of about 4,000 to 5,000 rupees per square feet is what you will identify. If you were to buy a 1,000 square feet house here, the cost of the old house is almost lower by 50 lakh rupees. If it is 5,000 rupees per square feet, which is the difference, for 1,000 square feet, it is 50 lakh of difference. If you were to buy this house, you save almost 50,000 rupees as EMI. The EMI for 50 lakh for a 15-year period is 50,000 rupees. So if you have saved this and invest in an SIP, in 10 years, your investment will be 60 lakhs. This value would have grown to about 1.25 to 1.5 crores. You have not compromised much. Same locality, same 1,000 square feet, just that it is slightly older property. You've saved 50,000 rupees monthly, which is creating a corpus of 1.25 to 1.5 crores in 10 years. This is the kind of intelligent thinking which you should do to financially do sensible investments in property. Now, if you move to renting, there is a thumb rule for renting as well. The rent which you pay shouldn't be more than 20% of your income. So, if your income is 1 lakh rupees, the rent cannot be more than 20,000 rupees. But very often, you can see your friends who have the same income of 1 lakh who pay a 30 to 40,000 rupees of rent, which is doubled than what's the prescribed or what's the supposed to be the rent which you should afford. And if you can restrict to 20,000 rupees and save the 10-15,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees of monthly savings is equal to 12 lakh rupees invested in 10 years. And if this investment went into SIPs of mutual funds, this would grow comfortably to 30 to 40 lakh of rupees in 10 years. This is the opportunity which you lose by overspending on a rent. The next big culprit to savings is a car. This is something which we change every 5 years. And India has been transcending into premiumization in terms of cars. How? 10 years back, the percentage of people who used to own a UV or an SUV used to be just 35 to 40%. Currently, about 65% of car buyers buy only UVs and SUVs, carried away or just following the peers. So, from the days when we used to buy a car for 5 to 8 lakh rupees, we are moving to buying cars of 15 lakh and 20 lakhs of cost and on a depreciating asset. If you have bought a car for 15 lakh of rupees and if it is on loan in 5 years, you would have paid almost 20 lakhs including the interest. And if you sell this car after 5 years, the actual cost was 15 lakhs and you will be able to sell it only for 7 to 8 lakh rupees on a car on which where you have actually spent 20 lakh of rupees, 13 lakh rupees gone in 5 years. And the same cycle of loss repeats every 5 years because every 5 years you change your car. So please think about the cost of buying the car. Don't get carried away by peers. And if you have to spend only 5 to 7 lakh rupees and that's your affordability, please stick to that. Now, how will you decide whether you're overspending on a car? There is a thumb rule. Thumb rule says the cost of your car cannot be more than 6 to 8 months of your income, which means if your salary is 1 lakh rupees, the cost of your vehicle cannot be more than 6 to 8 lakh of rupees. Are you now doing calculations in your mind? Your income versus the cost of your car? Don't most of you see that your cost of the car is at least 10 times, 12 times of your monthly income? It's very common. We have transcended from 35-40% of UV utility to 65%. Has India become that rich? Absolutely no. So clearly we are overspending. Are you also stuck with these kind of budget problems which hurts you in savings? We can help you with a proper goal planning. We'll share you a consolidated, comprehensive budgeting sheet which you can fill and share it with us. And we will help you with solutions with minute details which will help you cut down on your expenditure wherever it is excess without much of a compromise on your lifestyle. And we will help you increasing your savings capability. Please reach out to us in the numbers which you see here and we will help you with the solutions and lead you to financial peace.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.